Thank you for coming over. I appreciate you being here.
For sure. Thank you
It's a
for
pleasure,
coming.
man. Yeah, man. Thank you. When I like started this entire thing, I was like, y'all really want to talk to Tag. I feel like Tag is gonna be like one of the best ones and best combos, and a combo that we could like continue to have as we continue to grow and whatnot. So I'm really excited to like speak to you for
Likewise.
sure.
Likewise. You definitely somebody I look up to, literally, since a little nigga. So I love you seeing my progress because a lot of my progress is just me like replicating a lot of your steps,
Really.
whether you know it or not. You know what I'm saying? So, alright, I appreciate you for having me for sure.
Yeah, that's dope. I feel like one thing I was gonna say was like, and the reason why I wanted to speak to you was because I'm so inspired by you. And it's funny to like say it and it's cool, but it's like over the past year, there's been so many things where I wanted to do, and I was like, oh, Tag is already doing it. Like Tag started the like pop up shows and stuff like that, or like Tag has a brand and whatnot. And so, I guess my first question for you is like, I feel like fear is something that holds me back, and so I'm curious what your a relationship is with fear.
That's crazy. My relationship with fear is I don't fuck with fear. You know what I'm saying? Because I do fuck with fear because it's pushed me to do all those things.
Right.
But it's like when I feel fear, I feel like I'm mad pussy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm lesser than like, and so my relationship is like anytime I'm scared to do something, that's how I know I have to do it.
You have to do
I have
it,
to do
yeah.
it. Like there's no doubt about it. I have to do it. Only thing that fucks me up is I just do. You know what I'm saying?
Like you don't even
Like
think about it.
don't even think. I don't think enough about it. I don't prepare enough. You know what I'm saying? So a lot
Right.
of shit is just like, fuck it, let's do it.
Time
You
to
know what I'm
go.
saying?
Yeah.
And then I just learn by failing. You know what I'm saying? So that's good for me. But one of the reasons, like I said, why I pay a lot of homage to you, to people like Cam, you know what I'm saying, people like Nurani, is because I feel like y'all are so patient. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are so patient, consistent, and prideful in what everything y'all do. So like everything y'all do has to make sense, has to, you know what I'm saying, be of quality. So that's why I think people like y'all definitely succumb to fear more than I do. But I think as a whole, we just have to find that balance of action and of preparation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I like that that balance of preparation and consistency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like word.
And it's I think something you said there that's interesting is like as a whole, like
Yeah.
we like as individuals we don't necessarily have to be everything,
Yeah.
but if we have some people that are like you and just say like, yo, like I'm gonna just go for it and do it.
Word.
And some people like me that are kind of like, oh, I wait on it and like plan it out and think things through. Like we can come and like make something, I guess, greater
Facts.
than ourselves, sort of, cause it is. Cause I will say like, I wish I was more like you in that sense, where I was more fearless and more like, yo, just willing to like go do it and go for things. But it's kind of hard. I feel like some people are born fearless, and then some people have to like get to a point where they become not fearless but accepting of fear.
Word.
And so it's like interesting hearing
Yeah.
you speak about it, because it's not like you don't feel fear, but it's almost like
Yeah, I can't let it overcome me. Like Mike Tyson said it like the best. Like I don't think he's the one that originated, but I got it from him. He was like, the brave man isn't the one that feels no fear; it's the one that overcomes it.
Right.
And it's like my pops told me that growing up. Like he tells me a lot of shit to where he's not telling me what to do, but he'll just tell me his experience, and then I can dictate my own actions off that. So like he would be like, he got into lots of fights because he was like, if I was scared of somebody, like somebody was bullying him, he has to fight you. Because like I feel that like if I have a fear of doing something, I'm gonna go to sleep like, nigga, you're scared. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about who's telling me I'm doing good. I know I know me. Like I
Right.
know my potential. So like
Yeah.
I don't. All that shit is just noise. Like I know I'm scared to do this, and
Right.
I know even now what I'm scared to do next. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's what's coming. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like I really just need more preparation, more patience, more consistency. So that's what I'm working on. But like I said, as a whole, I surround myself with those people.
Mhm.
Like I'm always talking to Cam, like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why do you have outcomes like this? How can
Mhm.
I do that? So I'm just grateful that I have people like you, like Cam. You know what I'm saying? Like my bro Kurt. Like
Mhm.
a little sidetrack. Even getting this space was something like that because it was like the day before I left the school
Mhm.
last year. He was like, "Yo, bro, let's do the studio shit."
Right.
The day before, I'm like, "Oh nah." I had a choice to make. I know how he moves. He moves like, you feel me? Let's get it. So it was
Immediately.
like when he moves like that, I have to switch my personality and be in the more preparation and on the vice versa side.
Mhm.
So I was like, I know if you do this alone, you're like this shit. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go, but
Right.
you're gonna make it, bro. You feel me? I want to make it with you too. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like I know we just feed off each other so well. Like fucking, I'm gonna put my trust in it. I'm gonna put my
Mhm.
trust in us. I'm gonna put my trust in myself, and we just did it,
Yeah.
and we making it happen. But we're
How has that a relationship with a Kurt built? Because I can say from the outside, at least from my outside perspective, it almost feels like a clash of two worlds. Almost like on the outside, it seems like y'all come from not necessarily different backgrounds, but different interests per se,
mm,
and then kind of like, but there is like something that brings y'all two together into this like creative force where everything just works.
we're um we are the same person. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like we are our parents are business owners, so we
Mm-hmm.
have that same mentality.
Right.
So we just click on that business sense. Like everything we do is going to be organic first and foremost,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got to make sense, like money wise as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like the way we grew up, our parents like really made us into the men we are. So that's why we're so similar. Like we know how to follow, but we also know how to lead.
Right.
So it's like whatever the outcome is, whoever's idea it is, that's what we're going. Like, there's no ego with us. So that's
Mm-hmm.
like why I love working with Kurt. Um, our relationship started in high. Hey, yo, pause. But
It's
our
cool.
relationship started in high school. Um, he was never in school. He was in school probably like once a week. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And I would ask him like, "Yo, why the fuck you not in school?" type shit. He would be like,
Right.
"I'm going to audition for like modeling gigs, acting gigs. I'm trying to like actually do this."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, from rip, like he just had my respect because you know how I feel about school. Like
Yeah.
I was just there because I was playing basketball, and if I
Right.
didn't go to school, I wouldn't be able to play. So I just respected somebody that was just trying to, you know what I'm saying, do what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So then where I came in, he was talking to me about. Have you heard about Come as You Are?
Yeah.
He was talking to me about this idea as come as you are, but he was talking about it as in some kind of like dream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, nigga, we can do that shit right now. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? And I guess even with me, like when I be talking about certain shit, it seems like so far in the future, but it's like, do that shit right now. And if we fail, we
Tangible.
fail. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? We can just go from it. And we didn't fail, and we just kept it pushing. But like he came up with the idea, and I was just the spark to spark that shit, and now it's just that's family now.
Yeah. You said something about like ego. Do you feel like you've had to overcome ego at certain points, or is it almost like, or I guess in some cases, ego can also fuel us in different ways, right?
Yeah,
Like it's almost a little bit important to have some type of ego, otherwise you almost get overcome by self doubt. But do you have trouble finding like a balance there at all, or?
that's a great question. This is fire already. But I have I have I'm trying to control my ego.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in my past, niggas have tried to tell me who I wasn't. So my ego was just telling me who I was all this time. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, but now I'm I'm building teams around me. You know what I'm saying? I have like literally like staff working and shit like
Right.
that. So it's like I can't. I have to get rid of that ego. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm nobody. Like
Yeah.
I'm. It's what we're trying to do as a whole. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with niggas like Damani, like Tyshawn, like all the like we all call ourselves generals. You know what I'm saying? Because like we all got the same end goal type shit.
Right.
It's like to really feed our families, to really fight oppression how it's supposed to be fought. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like part of me for sidetracking, but I just want to mention this to you to see what you think. I was watching like Spider Man the other day, and I seen bro like beat up a nigga robbing a store or whatever, and I'm like, that's only a superhero on the surface. You know what I'm saying? A real superhero, in my opinion, is the one fighting like systemic issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's what I see us as.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like it's so true because like right because we have so many like so many images of what a hero is or what a man is per
Right.
se, right? And so I'm a big proponent of the fact that like something may be the dominant view or like the dominant way that things have been done in the past, but that doesn't mean that it's the best way. And so
Right.
it's up to us to challenge those kind of thoughts and views and be like, yeah, that may be what it looks like now, but in 10, 15 years, it might not look like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you speak about the hero and like Spider-Man and those superheroes, like, yeah, that's what everyone thinks is like a superhero. But even the reason why I started this, I was almost like, yo, there's superheroes in daily life.
Nah,
Like, I went to
facts.
summer camp last week and like, the guy running it is a superhero. Like he's
Facts.
taking care of 115 kids, and they all like are inspired by him, admire him, and whatnot. And so,
Facts.
but as a society, we don't see certain things as superheroes, and sometimes we almost look down on things that aren't that like ideal fit
Yeah.
to it, you know. And so it's just it's cool to one to recognize that there are those like types of people in the world, but also like be willing to be one because it
Yeah.
also comes without like
Yeah. Without recognition, especially in
it's
this day and age,
thankless.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's thankless for sure. That's the best word for it.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you though,
Uh-huh.
because before I forget, like I just need to know two things. What is being a man to you
Uh-huh.
in this day and age,
Uh-huh.
and how do you approach like dealing with women and like, you know what I'm saying? How would you preferably treat a woman type
Mhm.
shit? Because I currently like a shorty or whatever, but like I'm very defensive when it comes to women, like because I'm it's not healthy. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give as little as I can and like take as much, just so like that's a defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? So I can say she didn't, even if she leaves me, like she didn't get the one up on me, and I feel like I've done that, and it's like this is not cool. You know what I'm saying? I'd
Yeah.
rather shoot my shot all the way, and if I miss, I miss. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
just move on. But I don't like that shit no more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change.
So to answer your first question, I've been having this conversation recently. Like, I don't know what it means to be a man anymore. Like, I know what it means to be a human. So like, when I think so, if someone were to ask me in the past like what it means to be a man, I would say someone that can take care of themselves, someone that can take care of the people around them, someone that has like um, morals and so forth, like kind of has like a good just like sense of the world and moves with a certain kind of cadence and respect for everything around them. But like the more and more I think of it, like those same things apply to like the woman in my life. Like my mom embodies all of those qualities. Like she takes care of us. Like she like she does so much. I have friends that take care of the, themselves and so forth. And so to me, being a man is being a human in a lot of cases, and having like, I'm at the point now, I try and have respect for everything that I do, whether it's like driving the car or like cooking dinner or
Yeah,
whatnot, or
that's
just
fire.
talking to people, like just moving with a certain amount of appreciation of life is like that for me, right? Because I'll never, I read a good quote recently, and he was like, I'm doing certain things, and like, I'm not better than anyone, I'm just not worse than anyone. And I feel like when you approach life that way, like, no matter how much knowledge I get, how much money I make, like, I'm gonna always just be a person. I'm gonna always be a part of this experience, and all I can do is contribute my perspective to it. And so for me, I think a big part of it is just putting forth the example of what I want to see out in the world, and hopefully inspire people with it.
Nah, for sure.
To answer your second question, that's something like I'm still dealing with too. You know, like um, I think my relationships with women. So I'm an only child, and so um, I'm so used to being alone, and
Right.
so for me, it's like hard to really, not necessarily hard to open up, but like my entire life, my space. So I'm an only child. I don't have any first cousins or anything like that. And my parents right now are 60, and I'm like 20 something. So they're like older than me. So throughout my entire life, I spent so much time alone that like the idea of cohabiting space with another
This is
person is
crazy.
like
Right.
not, and it's not even that I don't like you, but like, yeah, I've never done this
Yeah.
before. And so for you to like almost require my time and space or whatnot is like, I'm still wrapping my brain around how I'm functioning in that setting.
Yeah.
Um, but I would say, um, your question was kind of like how I try to treat women.
Yeah.
I, just, like in the same way that I would treat like men, you know what I'm saying, and homies and whatnot. Like I'm very much so, I like any a relationship I have to be like a partnership. Like I want to put forth, but then I also like, I like us to work together and
Yeah.
things like that. And so for me, it's, if I am to engage in that type of thing, it's more so just trying to find someone that I feel like I can create something with. Like I feel like us coming together is like a creation of something rather
Right.
than like just supporting each
Yeah.
other. Like
Facts.
I want to meet someone that challenges me and is really like I really want to like be with someone that's inspiring in a lot of cases. And
Nah.
so
Facts.
in many cases, I'm almost looking for people that I think are better than me.
Word.
Like for and in every case of like, if I'm thinking back, like I've always wanted to find a woman where I was like, yo, I kind of feel like shit around you.
Yo, bro. All my women, bro. I'm. I definitely do pick women like amazingly. Like, bro, I be feeling. I cannot like. I have to get up every morning at this time because like I know she's gonna get up and
Right.
get to it. So it's like, yeah, nah. And then I just hate if she'll ask me like, yo, what you did today? Knowing she did mad shit, and I can't be like, oh, just chill.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
did
saying?
nothing.
Like, I gotta get to it. So
Yeah,
I definitely know exactly what you mean for sure.
yeah. But it's also like, it's also understandable that it's hard for us, cause like there's so many depictions of what our relationships are out there,
Yeah.
that it's like so counter what it should be. Like there's just so many like ideas of men have to pay everything, or 50-50,
Or
or men are kind of like um it's there's just so many like, we've grown up in a society where it's hard to picture anything else but the like
or
patriarchal sense of it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a man has to to a lead, and I just think that's not true. And so for me, it's kind of just embodying that doesn't have to be it, and that like um, I it's also like for me like realizing I don't have to be a superhero.
Right.
Like we can both be heroes
Right.
in a sense, and so but it takes time and practice. Like you
Nah,
gotta
facts.
like date people to
Nah,
like
facts.
understand your standing in things.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it's definitely a lot. It's definitely hard. I'm not there, so I don't
Nah, I
even
feel
feel
you.
like I can give you like
I feel you.
advice. I could just give you my experience.
I'm gonna just go butt naked with it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
say fuck it.
yeah, but I will say though to something that you said, if you are going to do it, like be all in.
Yeah.
Like
That's
you
right.
can't
Yeah. I was
half-ass
not
it.
doing that before at all.
Yeah, cause even if you get hurt, like it's the same way how if you and Kurt failed at this,
Yeah.
you would have been like, all right, bro, like
Yeah. What's
we gonna
next?
do
Yeah.
something next. Like
Type
you
shit.
gotta you can't. I don't feel like you can go into things with the expectations of being hurt because you'll never be able to see what they
Nah,
could have
facts.
been.
And that's interesting because now I am seeing that even in my other endeavors, like not going fully all in just to say, like, just in case I failed, to be like, oh,
Mm,
I didn't even go my
right.
hardest, you know what I'm saying? And that's mad lame.
Yeah.
That's mad lame.
It's an excuse, you
Yeah.
know? Because in a lot of cases, like people, you know, and there are we all go through different circum, um, us stances in life, but like for me, for example, like I could have spent my whole life saying like, yo, I stutter, like I
Right.
can't talk to people. And most people would have said word, like that's understandable.
Yeah.
But you internally know like, man, bro,
Yeah,
like
like, or
I'm
type
not, you
shit.
know what I'm saying? And so, um, yeah, man. It's funny. I was scrolling on your page earlier, and I guess on that topic of like internal feelings and whatnot, you had a post on there that was like, on the outside I seem proud of
Mm,
myself, but on the inside,
I'll be down with
down
myself.
myself, and I'm
Nah,
curious like how that
facts.
works.
That's a bar from my man's Moods. Shout out
Okay.
Moods. He said that, and it just that's what I'm saying. Like you said, I surround myself with everybody that's better than me. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So like all my homies, they be rapping about literally how I feel. This shit is so weird. But
yeah.
he said that, and it's like it really be how I be feeling, bro. Because I don't. I know where I want to go. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? And I know what I do on a daily basis. So if I slip up on what I do on a daily basis, or if what I'm doing is not adding up to where I want to go,
mm,
I don't give a fuck about what anybody else talk about. I know I'm not on track. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like that shit is just. If I didn't work out today, I know. Oh shit, that shit might catch up to me. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? If I didn't design or didn't do what I was supposed to do, I know that shit is gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm,
be that with myself on the past work, but I'm just trying to get more in the present, and I'm just trying to like really get more discipline in this day and age of like instant gratification. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like I definitely suffer from that OD,
Mm,
like posting some shit and be like and feeling like it feels like you accomplished some shit after you posted some shit. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So it's like a habit I'm trying to get into now
Mm,
is I've heard a quote. It said, "Less thunder in the mouth, more lightning in the hands."
mm,
And I've been actually practicing, and I feel it.
yeah.
Like, and instead of like saying I feel heartbroken, and I'm going to, and then I go rant on IG about how I'm heartbroken.
Mm,
Put that into something of use.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll go run, or
mm,
I'll put it in like a creative process, whether it's design or videography.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Or I put that to use in literal sense, or I reverse that energy. And if I'm heartbroken, I'll go make somebody else's heart. Like I'll go do something good type shit
mm,
instead of like wasting my energy on some shit that nobody gives a fuck about
yeah.
type shit.
Mm. Yeah, that's really interesting because I feel like we all have cruxes when we feel a certain way. Like if I'm feeling down or something, like my first instinct is to go scroll or go
Or
watch something where I don't have to think about
yeah,
it anymore. And it is that like instant
yeah,
gratification and like it's almost like for me I've been trying to practice like mental strength lately or like mental like endurance I'd say
yeah,
where it's like Cause I'm so addicted to my phone and all this. Like even sitting down and write an essay for like 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I'm like, damn, bro, I gotta like, I'm trying to go scroll or
That's so
something.
funny because I be seeing people like you, Cam, and just like a lot, most of the people from prep that I just look up to. I be looking like, especially like Shane. Like I be looking at y'all like gods, like God, like I'll never get there. Like I be just imagining y'all just at y'all desk for just hours, just your
Bro,
body and shit,
it's
bro.
nothing
Then
like
when I
that,
talk to
man.
y'all, it's like y'all going through the same struggles as
Bro,
me.
we all
Like
the
I be like,
same,
word,
man. Bro,
that's
we all
pretty.
people.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
At the end of the day,
I feel you.
you know what I'm saying? Do do you ever feel like you get overworked?
I feel I'm not working enough for real.
Yeah.
Like I feel like what I'm doing is I feel now like I'll list out, okay, if I were to list out everything I'm doing, I would be like, wow, what the fuck? How am I even doing that? But then going through my daily life, I always feel like I can go harder type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like contrary kind of
Yeah.
shit because, pardon me, I'll get in that mode like I need to work harder and then work myself to death and
Yeah.
then like after that like I'll be like I can't, my body can't no more. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So then I'll just chill for like a good amount of time. But like I feel like I said, if I just discipline
Mm-hmm.
and do stuff more at a more disciplined, at a more constant and patient level,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm gonna supersede what I was even doing when I was working mad hard because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be working longer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With more stamina type shit.
Right.
So
Or it's not even longer, but just more, like more focused.
yeah,
Cause with I think if like more focused work for shorter amounts of time is better than like working for a longer period of
or
time. Cause one if you work for 8 hours straight, by hour 4 or 5, you're probably not doing the
yeah,
best work that you
nah,
possibly
facts,
can, you know. And
facts.
so I'm a big like I try and give myself grace a lot of the time. Like I know I be trying to work so hard, but sometimes you know like we do need breaks, whatnot. Like we can't work ourselves to death, you know. Um,
Nah, facts.
and so I always think it's important to have that balance. Like have times where you going hard and when like it's almost like if you working, it's time to work.
Yeah,
Like
word.
like if I'm gonna like do something, I'm gonna sit down and
Yeah,
do it fully and be there
yeah,
presently. But after that's done, like all right, I shut down and like I did
facts.
that work and
I,
like I don't have to be like sad about it or guilty.
or I feel that so much like
Yeah.
guilty, and that's because like you said, having appreciation. Like when
Mhm.
I'm working, I'll probably be thinking about some whole other shit. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? But so
Yeah.
I'm not fully present.
Mhm.
So I want to be more present with wherever I'm doing, even if it's just like taking a shower.
Mhm.
Like that's
Yeah.
self love type
It
shit. You know
is.
what I'm saying? Taking a shit. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing my homework. Like I'm growing into that. So
Yeah.
I feel that. But I also know how time slips. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I can give myself grace, but I also need to like take advantage and capitalize
Mm.
type shit. You know what I'm
Interesting.
saying?
I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum.
I feel you.
Cause I'm like, bro, I don't care how long it takes.
Nah, I feel you.
Like I've been telling people I'm gonna get famous at like 40. Like I'm gonna live life backwards.
Type shit.
Like I'm gonna just do a lot like, cause I think as we're both such like multi-faceted people that like for us to really get good, like it's gonna at
Yeah.
all of like at everything that we want to do, it's gonna take a while to build each of
Yeah.
those things up, you know.
That shit pisses me off, bro. Because if I was to do one thing, I would be
It'd be
fucking,
good,
I would
bro.
be stupid, bro. I would be crazy.
Yeah, but it's almost like the mind doesn't let you focus on
Or
one thing because you're working on one thing, but you like, but this other thing is
type
kind of
shit.
cool too,
Type
and
shit.
I would like to try that. And so just like the internal clock is starting to turn off for me, and I think that's been very important because in life I always felt like I was underachieving. I always felt like I was less than everybody because I had this internal clock. Like every time I see someone popping, I'm like, well, I wonder how old they
Yeah.
are. Damn, they 26. I got 3 years,
Type shit. Yeah, I
and
be
it
thinking that. That's crazy.
And it's like, bro, you can't think like that,
Right.
you know, because that's only gonna like ruin your process. You're gonna
Right.
start forcing things and whatnot, and so for for everyone, I think it's just taking things day by day, man. You just gotta take a little chip every day, and when it happens, you know. And and if I die, it's like at least I was doing the thing I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to do.
That's definitely what I'm mad comfortable with, like death.
Yeah,
Because literally anything I want to do, I do. Like
right,
I don't care how big it is.
Mhm.
I'm chipping at it every
Right,
day. So I don't
fulfilled.
like if I die right now, I'm Gucci.
Yeah,
Like you know what I'm saying? I was good, bro.
that's important.
All right, so that's cool.
Yeah, you had said something earlier about your uh uh um about Europe pops earlier and so on. I guess I'm curious, just like in your life, kind of how does inspiration play a role in it, and also like I feel like with family, but also just like people that have come before you, in terms of like posting clips of like people talking and whatnot, or kind of or reading books. Like how do you kind of use, I guess, past experiences or past lives of people
Right.
to kind of like influence you nowadays?
Have you ever met my pops?
No, I haven't.
Anybody who meet my pops just know that nigga's just different, bro. That nigga's so different, and it's like I feel so overwhelmed as being that nigga's son, bro.
Mm,
Cause it's like not even that I feel like had to fit into his shoes. It's just like growing up a black man. Like none of my friends had fathers, so
mm,
like people would come to my crib just to feel his presence, type
mm,
shit. Like people like when he yells at them. You know
really?
what I'm saying? Like all my fans love that shit. Like if they won't say it, but like they'll say it now. But like
Yeah.
before they wouldn't say it. But like if my pops come like, "Yo, what the fuck you doing?" Like like, or if they found out they was fucking up in school, or
Mm,
like he like they liked when he got on them. So it was
mm,
like me having that, me having like being able to go to like prep, being able to like just have certain shit. It's just like I gotta do shit with what I was given. And
mm,
not only was I given that, but like he literally like helped me throughout the whole way. Like I said, like in the early ages, like I didn't I felt like I got shunned or whatever, wasn't treated fairly outside. But when I came home, it was always internal love.
mm,
So like I always had that light about me
mm,
that like nobody could ever touch, and I feel like him and my mother really like did that.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like whenever any weird shit I was on, quote unquote weird shit,
mm,
like as a young nigga, like love, like fucking with rock music or like just
mm,
dressing differently, like they would accept that and push that forward. Like,
mm.
oh, you fuck with skateboarding, I'm buy you a skateboard. Like I
Right.
like investing in me, investing in my creativity, and not shunning it, not putting me in a specific lane.
Mm,
Like you know what I'm saying? So I feel an obligation to be the best of me. Like not even be what somebody else wants me to be because they want me to be the best me. They was preparing me to be the best me. That's like they they prepared me to make my own decisions. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like so I can't thank them enough for that, and I can't take my foot off the pedal for that. And when it comes to like knowledge and reading and shit, that's something I adopted on my own. But that's also something that is like I look at everybody as a aunt or uncle. So when I'm watching clips of Nip, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm, those is my uncles type
Yeah.
shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Um, when I'm
Dope.
fucking my my teachers or counselors at school, my aunties, like I look at everybody as family type shit. So
Mm,
it's like that's what I do this shit for. Like I don't really operate off me. Like if I was operating off me, I don't feel like I would have much of a purpose type shit. I would just be doing mad shit just to do it, but it wouldn't even really be fulfilling. I don't think. I
right.
feel like I'm fulfilled because everything I do is for everybody, and I'm aware that it's a thankless job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My gratification is off just the fact that I'm doing it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Type shit. Does that answer your question?
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of things I want to ask you from that, but do you do you feel a responsibility to like the next generation of people or like people around you, cause or and to inspire in that sense, like
Um, I definitely feel a responsibility. I have a little brother,
hmm
so I don't never really feel no responsibility, and I will never put this on myself to be a particular. Oh, I gotta be rich and famous. I gotta be.
hmm
I have to be. I have to vibrate at my highest frequency.
hmm
Period. Like whatever I want to do, I have to do. Type shit, and let that be an inspiration.
right,
You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
did what I had to do. So if you want to do this, go do that. You know
hmm
what I'm saying? I don't operate or want to hear nothing about no excuses. No
yeah,
matter how oppressed or no matter what the obstacles is. Failure is cool,
hmm
but
that's part of
excuses,
it.
not trying, and all that other shit, fear, not even jacking it
Mm.
at all. Like I won't even. I'll have a little less respect for you, and I will have no sympathy for you, type
mm.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen people in like in way worse situations than me, way worse tools than me, make shit happen.
Right.
So I think, especially in America, yes, we live in a fucked up society, but there are so many tools yet to be utilized
Mm.
that it's like I don't really respect excuses type shit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I think also though, like in some cases, people don't know about the tools, and so I feel like,
That too for sure.
and so I think that's part of almost our job as
Right,
like make those tools available to
right,
people, and
type
like
shit.
people that can't, that may not be able to pay for school or have different experiences in school to like, okay, if you don't want to go that route, here are different courses to take, or here are different books
Right,
to read, and so,
type shit.
cause, cause cause one thing that's always true is you don't know what you don't know, right?
Nah,
Like,
facts,
and so in
facts,
some cases, people really just don't know. Like
nah, facts.
you could try so hard, but if you just don't have certain knowledge, like it can be, it can feel impossible in some
Right,
cases, and so that's why it's so important to like give back and kind of,
yeah,
and something that you said was like be ourselves, right? Like
mm-hmm.
being you is an inspiration to people.
Yeah,
You know
facts,
what I'm saying? Just waking every day and being like, I'm this person, this is the type of stuff I do, opens so many doors for people. Like liking rock music and dressing in different ways. Um, that's just such an inspirational thing because cause maybe, I mean, cause we don't see that every day. Like, so many people, especially with Instagram and whatnot, want to be the next so and so or want to be the next da 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 da. And it's like, bro, you just got to be tagged. Like,
nah,
I just got to
facts,
be Max. And, like,
facts,
that's going to amplify so many other people to be
facts,
themselves and bring their own opinions into life and give
facts.
their own perspectives.
And even if it doesn't, that's cool too, bro.
Right,
Because I'm
yeah.
not like that's why I'm saying like I'm not really doing this to inspire nobody. You know
hmm
what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just doing me, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
like, and if it does inspire, that's cool too. Like I
Right.
like what Kanye said. He got asked like, how do you want to be remembered?
hmm
He was like, I don't. He was like, do you know who invented the sidewalk? Type shit. Like you don't know that nigga name, bro.
mm
So it's like, I just want to do great things because I feel like I am great and I want to be a good man. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's a difference between great and good, but I want to be both, and I
Where.
want to strive to be both, and I just want to keep on striving until death type shit. I don't think
Yeah.
I'll ever get there, and I'm cool with that because
Yeah.
I'm just cool with the process. I love it.
Definitely. What would you define as a man?
Like, what's a man?
Yeah.
Um, a man is someone that defines and follows his purpose. A man is someone that he's a protector, a provider, and someone that can take care of himself type shit. has the ability to take care of himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, yes, like my parents have watched over me and shit like that, but if I was to just be dumped on my own, I would fall flat on my face for sure, but I would for sure find a way type shit. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I'm grateful for all that I was given, but even more thing I'm grateful for is I was taught to get. Like, my favorite quote of all time is, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, like I was mentioning in this spot, being a one-stop shop, like, my greatest aspiration, like where I see myself at the end of life, is being a coach and teacher. Like, that's, like, that's the best, most fire job ever. Like,
me too. I feel that way.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to start a school at some point or something like that.
Type shit.
Yeah. That was cool. So we were talking about, like, education earlier and whatnot, and I guess and you kind of spoke on it sort of, but I guess I'm curious, like, if you were given advice to, like, younger people on how to educate themselves or on how to learn, like, what from your experiences did you enjoy, and what would you change?
Hands-on learning, experience is the best teacher. So, like, most of my morals and principles come from sports. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really appreciated that. Like, the higher level I went, like, the more I was tested internally. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I battled my anxiety. Like, when I started playing Vars, like, I had crazy bad anxiety.
Sports is the most anxiety.
Like, crazy. Like, there were so many people, bro. And, like, I was playing for, like, a stacked team. So it was like, if you make a mistake, like, it's over. You're sitting, bro. It's over. So it's like, I'm just so anxious, bro.
Yeah.
But there was to a point, and I hate that it happened like that, but it was just like at the end of the season, I was like, I'm not going out like this. Like, this is not me. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm not gonna, if I fuck up, then I fuck up, bro, but I'm not gonna hold myself back no more, bro.
Yeah, I did that in sports.
Yeah, that shit just pissed me off, bro. But I'm glad because I take that mentality and I put it everywhere. I was like, if I fuck up, then that's on me, bro. But, like, I'm not gonna just, you feel me, not giving my all. I'm not gonna hold myself back.
Right.
So, but to education, like, a hands-on learning, mentors, OD. Like I said, like, I'm a student forever. I will always be asking questions. I will always be asking Cam questions. I will always be asking my pops, my uncles, my teachers, just questions, like, just being curious. You know what I'm saying? And I would say reading has a lot to do with it. Like, I learned more in the library than I've ever learned in school, type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's free. So that's why I can't really hear no excuses or anything, you know what I'm saying? Even for myself, even for what I don't know, because I'm an avid knowledge seeker. So I'm going to find that. You know what I'm saying? So if you have the discipline and the drive to learn something, you're gonna learn it. So go do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, word.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite books?
A Way of the Superior Man, Becoming Supernatural, 48 Laws of Power, A History of Central Banking and the Enslavement of Mankind, The Power of Now, The Spook Who Sat by the Door, I gotta check what's in my book bag. I always keep books on me.
Yeah.
Like, always. I was telling Navani that too. Like, I always keep her her book on me.
Oh, word? That's dope.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think I switched out some books, but and that's what this is like I don't give a fuck about money and shit like that. 'Cause that shit not I mean currency and shit. 'Cause that shit not real. But I'm a book flexer. I'm not gonna front. Like,
Yeah.
I like flexing books, but these not my favorites. But these is what I'm
you
fucking with
reading
right
right
now.
Communist Manifesto, Technology and War. Okay. The Future of the Dollar and World Reserve System. The Black Destruction of Civilization. The Puerto Rican diaspora. Damn, that's dope. So, like, when you're in the process of trying to read books, I guess, like, are you ever reading books to, like, learn a specific thing, or is it more so just I'm just reading to read about topics that I like and enjoy and expand my mind in different ways?
I would say both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of shit is, especially when we talk about black oppression and shit like that, a lot of the shit is invisible smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, how the fuck, like, what's going on? Type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, the more I read, and it just unclears the fog a lot, you know what I'm saying? And like, the best books are just like mad, like, it's just fun, bro. Because it's like, wow, y'all are really y'all think y'all slick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the best stories are real life type shit. How they really got us living type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like I only read like nonfiction and shit like that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say I'm reading to learn and reading for knowledge's sake, so I can like capitalize off that knowledge. I don't like to read just to read. That shit is whack to me. I would rather watch the movie.
Yeah,
Type
interesting. Yeah, that's interesting that you say you only read nonfiction, because I started to read fiction more as of late, because I heard someone say that like myths or kind of like fiction is a depiction of what's possible, and so it's important to be based in reality, but be able to think about a world that doesn't exist yet.
Or
Because if we can't like imagine those futures, then they won't happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, it's important to like have that grounding so much, because it is hidden. In a lot of cases, like you say, there's so many institutions and systems that are just so sneakily like keeping people down, and like and it's unfortunate that a lot of that knowledge is in books, just because so many people can't get their head around like wanting to read or sitting through a book. And if you put it on certain platforms, it gets banned and whatnot, and they take stuff down. But yeah, man, that's dope.
What have you been reading?
I'm getting into, I just went to the library yesterday, so my book collection is a little weird, but I picked up a book on biochemistry yesterday, and then 2 biology 0101 books. I'm trying to get into like bio-inspired design and stuff like that, and so
What is that?
It's essentially just, so like biology is essentially the like study of all living things, so like people, animals and so forth, insects, plants and whatnot. And so bio-inspired design is taking the way that like these other organisms in our ecosystem like solve problems and applying it to like human problems and whatnot. And so there's a really cool, I guess, scientist designer. Her name is Neri Huxman, and so she had a lab at MIT for some time, and essentially like her lab is like taking the way that like, so an example of a project she did was like She took a bunch of silkworms and stuff like that and put them on like an entire rig and whatnot and had them spin silk. But she did it in a way where, like, currently, the way that people get silk to make clothes is that they kind of burn the like silk eggs almost, and so in trying to get silk, they kill the silkworms too. But her experiment was a way to kind of use how silkworms spin silk and add kind of a computational spin to it so that they can spin silk and humans can take that silk but not have to kill the us silkworms and stuff. And so a lot of it is just like understanding how bees build homes and whatnot, and understanding how different animals produce certain things that could or replace kind of elastics and so forth. And so it's just taking cues from nature to kind of solve our problems. Because like nature, insects, animals have been around for way a longer than us, and they've been able to solve a lot of the problems that we face now. And so being able to kind of learn from around them seems to be kind of an interesting way to kind of learn and whatnot. Solve problems.
That's like what I'm really getting into now, like a lot of like natural healing and natural remedies are just natural problem solving for real. You know what I'm saying? Because like everything is just like the earth is here for a reason type shit. Like the way we utilize it is just nasty. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we utilize it for profit. So it's like I love to read and utilize it to heal you. Like I'm not fucking with no pills, no shots, no nothing. Like there's so many natural remedies. There's so many natural solutions that can solve all our problems. But like I said, like once you start to go into why it's not being utilized that way, you run into that same, you know what I'm saying, same problem, like from profit to enslavement, you know what I'm saying, like from the chemicals that we eat to the air we breathe, you know what I'm saying, from what we drive. It's all in that circle. So that's what I plan to combat in every way. And I see us as like real life revolutionaries type shit. I see my existence as a fucking rebellion. You know what I'm saying? Like when I dance, like especially like okay, if your goal is to make these people like unhappy as possible, like down bad as possible, like them being happy is rebelling. Like me dancing is rebelling. Me united and like building with you is rebelling. You know what I'm saying? Me having a space like this to build up others is a form of rebellion type shit. So it's like, word.
It's excellence every day.
Nah, facts.
Just living, man. Yeah, it's so important just living and be ourselves. Yeah, it is cause we aren't supposed to be here.
Nah, facts.
You know, like it's like at some point us having this conversation in the clothes that we're in at this time of day was like unfathomable. And so to be here, it's like we've already accomplished so much just by being here, and continuing to like do us is just continuing that and continuing to kind of extend those legacies. And it's about knowing that we're also worthy of like
facts. Yeah, I be battling that OD, bro. Worthiness.
Yeah,
that shit crazy.
It's tough. Interesting, man. Man, I was gonna ask you something else. Where? Man. Thanks. What was I gonna ask you?
Shit, take your time.
Oh, I know what I was gonna ask you. So, um, going forward, it seems like you're really big on building like community and whatnot, and kind of getting the people around you involved in the things that you do. And so I'm curious, how would you define community, and what does your like ideal community look like to you?
That's a great question. Um, I would define community as in a quote my father has always taught me. One hand wash the other, they both wash the face.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I do for you, you do for me, we both do for the team type shit. You know what I'm saying? Simultaneously, we both doing for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I like to I like to surround myself with people with that mentality because it allows me to give without expecting anything back. You know what I'm saying? And it allows me to receive just from being. You know what I'm saying? And it allows me to focus on something more than myself. So that's how I would define community. And when I see it growing in this day and age in ownership. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're doing business, you start to see like all this phony shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we don't own our culture type shit.
Bro.
Like you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that shit pisses me off, bro. Like it just pissing me off, bro. So and it's not even all the way about somebody of color or black, whatever, owning the culture. It's really just not exploiting it the way it's being exploited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there has to be somebody that cares, bro. There has to be, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I really be trying to battle myself. Like you said, with the ego shit, like, half be like on some fucking maniac, like we gotta do this shit, some money shit, because that's like needed. You need to know about money. You need to raise capital. The other half is like, is the flower. Is the like, I want to just love. I just want to, you know what I'm saying. And but in order, I had to have both. You know what I'm saying. So, oh, but I didn't answer. What does it look like? It looks like, it feels like freedom. It looks like innovation. It looks like it looks effortless in a sense because everything is so organic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not as hustle mentality. You know what I'm saying? But it's flow. You know what I'm saying? Everything flows into the next. You know what I'm saying? Like I get so inspired by like Black Wall Street and like all these past communities that when dollars circulated, and I just imagine that flowing. Like you don't think about nothing like, oh, if I want a suit, I'm going to my uncle. If I want some food, I'm going to auntie. You know what I'm saying? And that shit circulates like it's simple math, like type shit. I see community as very simple. You know what I'm saying? Very natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what's normal in my head. So that's why what I see drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to. Nipsey said something like, "Would you rather be at war with yourself or at war with the world?" And I'd rather be at war with the world, bro, because I know I'm not bugging, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not perfect at all, but I know this shit don't look right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as a man, I don't have to I feel like before I was putting all the weight just on my shoulders, but nigga, just being me is, like I said, is rebelling. So I'm just going to be me at the highest level, and whatever happens, happens, bro. But I'm not conforming to none of that other shit, type shit.
Mm. That's important. We can't let people put us in a box.
At all.
Yeah.
At all. But I also use community as a backbone for real, because if they just see one, it's easy to shoot them.
Yeah.
But if they see me, you, Debo, Cam, all these people, it's like, you can shoot me, bro, but like, what about the guys? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if it's a community, like, that's why we can't just go after one person oppressing us, because there is no one person. There's, you feel me?
So many different
There's
systems.
so many different systems and ties that, like, you're gonna get caught up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to build those same systems and ties. So if they try to fuck with niggas, they're getting caught up. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't want it to be just one stream. Like, I want it to just spread so far and just be so impenetrable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That it just grows, type shit.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of reminds me of I think Angela Davis has some quotes about like a leaderless movement and so forth, and how kind of important it is to not have like a figurehead, because it's so easy to just like once that person is gone, it just stops.
Right.
You know, and so I think a lot of creating community is like empowerment.
Facts.
Like empowering people to be their own leaders, to be their own bosses, and planting an idea.
Right.
Cause more than anything, like power is just like ideas. Like having the like mental, like having a mental thought of I can be this, I can be anything. I don't have to be oppressed. I don't have to abide by their standards or anything. And if we can plant that idea in enough people's head, one, no one can. That's not something that people can visually see either. So that's a silent rebellion.
Yeah, there's mad
in a
invisible
lot of
smoke.
cases. Yeah.
Mad invisible smoke. But nah, keep going. My fault.
No, you good. Go ahead.
Because it's like, it's mad invisible smoke, but there's mad shit that was physically done to create all that destruction. Like, for example, like, now I'm trying to do more research on the destruction of the black man and black woman, like that relationship, and just looking at all the things like welfare, like how a woman will get benefits from not being with her man, like that's literally implanted to separate us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's
prison too.
Exactly.
Along the
like
same line.
so I want to build communities to fight all this type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a big weight to carry, but it's also like something that's so natural to me.
Just
like,
it's not a big weight when it's easy.
Yeah, it's easy to me. Like the events, you know what I'm saying, the fashion, the whatever I'm doing, like it's just an act of rebellion. Like that's like anything creative I do is from my purpose of community. You know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't have that purpose, then that shit would probably just be like side missions or just whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like that sense of community, because like I said, like I only talk about my pops, but I was raised by a community of real men, real women. You know what I'm saying? Like men that not going for nobody, bro. If you touch a woman in my family, like that's like it's over, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like women in our family is not going for no disrespect to no man. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all equal. You know what I'm saying? But the woman, the man is recognized as the leader of the household, but I feel like even it ties back into the community thing and the ego thing. Like, just because you're a leader, don't make you better than him or her. That just means you have more responsibility. Like it's actually
Right.
kind of worse. Like everybody want to be the top, but like until you get there, it's like just more responsibility type shit. So you know what I'm saying? You're a leader, so you have to lead, but the mission is this whole ship to keep the whole ship going,
Right.
type shit, and not just going but thriving. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, bro, I'm not like seeing that and seeing that work, like seeing a whole business run by people that look like me and you, people that literally dress like me and you, people that didn't have to conform. I can't unsee that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like,
Right.
type shit.
No one
So
can tell you that is not
it's
true.
not true, bro. And like, I guess that's why I have these kind of glasses on. Like, oh, this is just easy. But I have to also remember that other people didn't grow up with those privileges of seeing that, and sometimes I forget that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's also my job to show.
Yeah.
That's why even with women, like even the woman I want to be with, like I want to be an example of that. Like I'm not gonna force it. Like oh we have to do I want to build our own shit, but I want to embody love. I want to be an embodiment of love. I want to be an embodiment of passion and joy and all the rest type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Word. That's dope, man. I'm inspired.
Likewise.
Yeah, man. I'm ready to go do something.
Nah, for real.
Word, bro. Well, definitely, man. I appreciate you doing this with me, man.
Appreciate you.
It's been a pleasure, man. We got to do something, bro.
No, bro. Yeah,
We
man.
already doing something.
Nah, for sure. For sure.
You know, that's dope. Word.